Hey guys, and welcome to every episode of Kanjin House Reviewed. Now, I just need to talk about some stuff that I forgot to put into the preview. I've actually wanted to do a video like this for a while, but I never got the chance to, so I decided, why not now? So, each season has 10 episodes each. This season has 3 edited episodes: Father, Fabric, and Smash. I also need to explain the rating system. Each episode will be rated out of 10, and 0.5 ratings will be included. And with that out of the way, let's begin. Episode 1, Chef. Kanjin begins his quest for his pepperoni pizza. This episode is a great introduction to the characters. It shows Kanjin's love for pepperoni pizza, Gay Spaghetti Chef's running gag of turning pizza into spaghetti, and Gino having a bad temper. Though, since it is the first episode of the series, it isn't as funny as the others. And because of that, I'm gonna have to give it a 6 out of 10. Episode 2, Game Show. Kanjin starts a game show. This episode shows some of the humor that will show up a bit more later in the series. It includes Kanjin being an idiot, explosions, loud noises, and funny character conversations. My favorite part would have to be near the end where Kanjin accidentally answers the question for the contestant, dumbass. Overall, I would rate this episode an 8 out of 10. Episode 3, Mormon. Dumbass's brother tries to sell Kanjin a Mormon. I kinda don't like this episode. It's not that funny, there's a long part of just laughter, and if I'm gonna be honest, it feels kinda rushed. The best part of the video was the cat's father's voice. It got a chuckle out of me. But since this is honestly one of my least favorite episodes, I gotta give it a 3 out of 10. Episode 4, Father. Kanjin's father comes to the pizzeria. Fun fact, Kanjin's father's name is Gilmore the word Luigi backwards, Jr. the Second. This episode is our first edited one. The edited parts are when Gino calls Kanjin a retard, and after Kanjin shows up and says his dad's hat will look better in black. My favorite part is when Kanjin's dad throws Gino out and he explodes. I think that was kind of funny. I think the edited version is better by a bit. My ratings for the unedited version is 8.5 out of 10, and the edited version an 8 out of 10. Episode 5, Fabric. Kanjin appears at the edge of time itself. The edited version is a lot shorter and therefore inferior because it cuts out the jokes. The edited version ends after Kanjin falls, while the unedited version continues. My favorite part is when Kanjin gets told what Martin Luther King's real identity is. The unedited version also includes some ear rape at the end, so if you find it, be careful of that. As for the rating, I would give the unedited version a 7 out of 10, and the edited version a 5 out of 10. Episode 6, P.I. Jafar returns after being defeated by Kanjin once. But before you ask, no, I didn't miss anything. This episode is set up like a movie. This episode has a lot of funny lines like, "The only C I can explain are the C4 explosives I planted underneath the floorboards." It also has the introduction of the character Jafar, who shows up from time to time. Overall, I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. Episode 7, Winner. Gino wins a Chihuahua. This is a pretty, average episode. Kanjin annoying Gino, some random people appearing for a joke. My favorite joke of the episode is when Kanjin is forced to rap. The rap itself is okay. I mean, it isn't the funniest thing, but I guess it's alright. I'd say it's a 6 out of 10. Episode 8, Shad. Kanjin finds 2 gay guys fucking in his house. The words that Kanjin says at the beginning might have not aged as well as they thought it would. Anyways, the way Kanjin says, "Have you guys heard of America? Because you're going to jail," was pretty funny to me. All the customers' reviews were also pretty funny, though this episode did feel really empty. I think the jokes helped it a bit. I give it a 5.5 out of 10. Episode 9, Smash. Kanjin babysits Ruther. This episode marks the first appearance of Ruther, which, despite the name, is a girl who also showed up pretty frequently for a side character in the show. The unedited version includes some Smash 4 clips, and I think that the plays that Connor made were actually pretty cool. It's a shame that they were cut in the edited version. My favorite line was, "How about you get me a PS piece of pizza, or you can Nintendo 60 forget about ever surviving." The edited version gets a 6 out of 10, while the unedited version gets a 7. Episode 10, Finale. Kanjin suddenly explodes. This is the season finale, and how does it end the first season? Kinda meh. I mean, the funny parts for me were only on the third and last day. It's not too bad, but it gets better later. Sometimes, when something is so bland, you don't really have anything to say about it. Like this episode for me, 4.5 out of 10. And that was every episode of Kanjin House Season 1 reviewed. Getting the average of all the scores, we get a 6.3, close to an average rating. Overall, I'd say that this season was a lot more tame than the later seasons. But it's Season 1, so they can't pull out all the stops right out of the gate. So with that, I'll see you next time, and I am getting the hell out of here.